Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with Fonearena.com and this is Moto E, the latest budget smartphone from Motorola, which is even cheaper than the Moto G that launched in India to great reception earlier this year. With the price tag of Rs 6,999, it is clear that the spec sheet is worth the price, but does it live up to its expectations? Let us find out in our complete review of the Motorola Moto E. The Moto E has a very similar design as the Moto G, with a curved back sitting nicely in the hands. It has a 4.3-inch display at a resolution of 960 by 540 pixels at 256 ppi of pixel density. The Moto G's display was one of the best in its range, and the Moto E doesn't disappoint either in its own price range. It has decent color reproduction and sunlight legibility but lacks the contrast needed to display this content properly, and the viewing angles are just average. However, the Moto E has scratch-resistant Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection and an anti-smudge coating that prevents fingerprints. Above the display is an earpiece with a chrome finish and a LED notification light that glows only in white color. It also has the usual set of proximity and ambient light sensors, but the phone lacks a front-facing camera. It has a large loudspeaker grill below the screen with chrome finish similar to the earpiece, and since both the earpiece and the loudspeaker grill have tiny gaps, dust gets settled in between the gaps easily. The Moto G was wedge-shaped with curves on the sides, making it pretty thin on the edges, but the Moto E looks more rounded on the sides. It is 12.3 mm thick, a bit thicker than the Moto G, and weighs 142 grams. The placement of the power button and the volume rocker are exactly similar and have the chrome finish just like the Moto G. Over at the bottom there is a micro USB slot and there is a tiny microphone hole for voice calls. Over at the top, there is a 3.5mm audio jack along with a tiny secondary microphone hole which can help you record stereo audio in videos. Over at the back, there is a 5MP fixed focus camera with a chrome ring around it. The back looks exactly similar to the Moto G except the LED flash and the loudspeaker grill. The camera UI is simple and is almost similar to the Moto G with features like HDR, click to set exposure, panorama, geotagging and more. Daylight shots are decent when it comes to performance, but they lack details as expected. Since it is a fixed focus camera, it is not possible to capture macro shots, so most of these end up out of focus. And also since it lacks the LED flash, the low light images are full of noise and completely unusable. It can record videos at FWVG resolution, which is 864 by 480 pixels at 30 fps. The video is surprisingly better compared to the images. It also has the secondary microphone, so the audio is crisp. The phone takes dual micro SIM cards and also has a micro SD card slot. The 1980 mAh lithium-ion battery is not removable even though it has a removable back cover. Coming to the software part, the phone runs on Android 4.4 KitKat, which is completely stock, similar to the Moto G and the Moto X. But Motorola has also promised that the Moto E will get at least one update in the future. Out of 1GB of RAM, you have 882 MB of usable RAM, and out of which about 460 MB of RAM is free when the phone is idle, with just the default apps running in the background. Out of 4GB of internal storage, you just get 2GB of usable storage. The micro SD card slot supports cards up to 32GB, and you can also move the supported apps and media to the SD card easily. But the thing is, it doesn't have an option to directly install games onto the SD card. It has a new Motorola Alert app that lets you send periodic notifications with your location to people you have added. It also comes with the Moto Assist and the Motorola Migrate app that you see on the Moto G. Just like stock Android, Google Play Music is the only app you can play audio with. The phone can play a range of audio formats and the loudspeaker output is pretty good. It has FM radio as RDS, similar to the Moto G, but it lacks FM recording, but has the option to play via speakers. The phone can play 720p HD video smoothly, but we saw that it cannot handle 1080p videos. Regarding connectivity, the phone has dual SIM options in the settings that lets you customize each SIM card. Other connectivity features include 3G HSPA+, Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN, Bluetooth 4 LE and GPS. It doesn't have USB OTG support though. The Moto E is powered by a dual-core Snapdragon 200 MSM8610 ARM Cortex-A7 processor clocked at 1.2 GHz with Adreno 302 GPU. We did not experience any lag when multitasking thanks to the 1GB of RAM, but browsing websites slowed down the phone a bit since it's not so powerful. The phone gets heated quickly on 3G and during intensive gaming as we noted. It has a 400 MHz single-core Adreno 302 GPU. And we did try a lot of games, including some high-end games like the Riptide GP2 to stress the GPU and see how the gameplay performance We saw that it was good, but some games had occasional frame drops, graphics were decent, but some games did take a lot of time to load. Coming to the battery life, the 1980 mAh lithium-ion battery offers great battery life that you hardly see on budget smartphones. As Motorola promises, the battery lasts for more than 24 hours with mixed usage such as video and audio playback, few image captures and some gaming. At a price of just Rs 6,999, the Moto E is definitely one of the best budget smartphones in the market currently. If you're looking to buy an Android smartphone under 10,000 rupees but can compromise on the camera and the lack of a front-facing camera, for the stock experience and a decent display, go for it. To summarize, better listed here are the pros and cons of the Motorola Moto E. And that's about it, guys. You can check out the full review in our blog. The links will be in the description below. And also let us know what you think of the Motorola Moto E in the comment section below. You can also hit the like button if you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more reviews like these. Thanks for watching.